And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewer subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. This one is a little bit different. I'm going to teach you guys how to deal with a breakup or how to move past a breakup, just depending on how you want to label it. Let's get it. So how do you deal with a breakup? First off and foremost, you have to detach yourself. Now, it's simply human nature for you to detach yourself from somebody else, but that also depends on how you go about things. So when a couple break up, there's always, say, a small window of them getting back together. But if there's a point where it's like it's never going to happen, then you have to deal with it head on. A lot of people try to not deal with their breakup and they think, oh, I have to run into a brand new relationship just to make the other person jealous. No, 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 no. Number one, when you do that, you bring all the insecurities and trust issues and all those kind of stuff in your brand new relationship because there was no closure from the previous relationship. So before you go in a brand new relationship, after a breakup, you have to deal with it. 90% of people make that same mistake. This is why relationships nowadays are not working, because people go into relationships, it don't work. They jump to another relationship because they can't stand dealing with the problem. So let me tell you something. You go through a breakup, there's no possibility of a chance of you guys ever getting back together. You have to deal with it head on. If you do not deal with it today, you're going to bring the same problem, the same insecurities, same trust issues, same everything that came from your previous relationship into your brand new relationship. And then you're going to demand a bunch of stuff. So with that being said, before you jump all over the place, you need to deal with it. And it's sort of depending on how long you guys are together, because the longer you are with someone, the more you get to know them and the stronger your bond get, and the harder it is for you to let them go. But that's how you deal with a breakup. Breakup is about letting go of someone else. That's how it is. So you have to deal with it. A lot of people always run away from this part of their relationship. Trust me. If you ever had problems in your relationship and you always sit down and think, oh, this had nothing to do with you and blah, 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 that's where that's coming from. That's why the other person is like that, because they jump all over the place. So after a breakup, you need to deal with it head on. That is something you have to deal with both mentally and I would say physically just a little bit, because you need to put yourself in the gym and work yourself out and let off some steam. You know what I mean? So mentally, this is how you deal with a breakup. All the memories you guys have, you have to remove them. It may be hard at times because, you guys may have 1,000 pictures of you traveling all over the place and doing a bunch of stuff. But after the relationship ends, you have to delete all those memories you guys created. Meaning photos, videos. If you guys say have a joint social media account, you have to delete it. Anything that tie you to that person, you have to remove it. It's not say you can make yourself look single. It's you detaching yourself by removing all the memories. Because when you have it to look like a visual to look at, then you'll feel some type of way. And if you see somebody you've been with and you can't say have eye contact with them or wave to them, then you really did not let that person go. So if you walk past somebody you dated and they hold their head down, they can't look in your eyes because they still have feelings for you. That's just human nature. They probably don't know that, but by the time they see you, they start buck shuffling and running all over the place and doing all kind of stuff. Sorry. So it may be hard, but that's one of the things you have to do. You can't find inner peace and you can't move on from a breakup and you can't heal from a breakup if you don't remove the memories. That's how you detach yourself. If someone was on your lock screen photo, you have to remove them. Material things are somewhat different depending on what it is that they gave you that's material. Then sort of depend, you have to look within yourself and say what you want to keep, what you want to throw. But like memories, photos, those kind of stuff, you have to remove it. You can't find inner peace and you won't be able to move on because ever so often you're going to look at the pictures all over again. You have to do it for yourself. That's how you're going to move on from a breakup, is by removing all the pictures. When you don't have a visual for you to look at, then slowly you'll detach yourself from that person. Because detaching yourself is human nature. Because like Let me tell you something. Every time you meet someone, whether friends, co-workers, or family or whatever, when you meet them, the longer you're with them, you develop bonds. So the more you're around that person, the stronger that bond get. And notice when you have a friend and you guys are always running all over the place and having a bunch of fun, when that friend move away, it's hard when they move away. But the longer they are away, is you go find another friend to play with and you develop bonds. That's human nature. A lot of people may not know it, but that's simply human nature. So a breakup is exactly the same way. When you guys split, you have to deal with it head on. Don't worry if the other person don't want to deal with it. That's not your business. You have to make sure you remove everything. That's how you're gonna start your healing process, by removing the photos so you don't have a visual to look at, so you don't have nothing consistently reminding you of this person. Because let me tell you something. Like I said before, if you can't see somebody you dated and you can't look at them, you can't wave to them, not so you have to go and have a long conversation with them, but if you can stand the sight of them, that simply means you did not let that person go. And a breakup is about letting go. So with that being said, you can't find inner peace, you will never be at peace. You'll be miserable because you're going to be holding on to something, hoping the other person will try to get back to you. Because most times, like I said, when a relationship ends, it's always say like a misunderstanding, and then they're like, we'll quit, blah 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 blah, and then they end up back together. That's misunderstanding. But when you break up, as time go by, do not rush to jump in another relationship. You take your time and you heal. You move forward. If you're working, you keep on working. If you're in the gym, you stay in the gym. If you're getting some money, you keep on getting some money. You have to deal with your breakup head on. You won't be able to heal. You won't be able to find inner peace, and you can't move on if all you do is sit down in the same spot and think about it consistently, scrolling through pictures and videos and all that kind of stuff. You have to remove it. When you remove all those stuff, you don't have a visual to remind you consistently of your breakup. And then as time go by, I wouldn't recommend as soon as you break up with somebody this week, next week you're in a brand new relationship. No, I do not recommend that, because you did not go through your healing processes yet. This is why a lot of people enter relationships and they demand, oh, don't cheat on me, blah, 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 blah. Those are form of insecurities and trust issues right away, and you have nothing to do with that. So if you ever go date a person and they demand all this kind of stuff right away, those are a form of insecurities that they did not fix whatever needed to be fixed in their last relationship. They didn't move past it. So they end up bringing everything into this brand new relationship. That's just how they are, because they never deal with it. So in order for you to enter a brand new relationship and don't bring those problems, you have to deal with it head on. Do not try to run away from it. Do not try to run away from it. Do not start their page. Do not look on social media to see what they're doing. No, because all you're doing is looking. And let me tell you something. After a breakup, everybody, both women and guys, always want to take a bunch of pictures to make it look like they're unbothered. But let me tell you something. If a person do something like that, all they're doing is covering up the pain that they're feeling. They want you to think that they're better off without you, that they're having a good time. But deep down, they're miserable. They're probably doing that, hoping that you will say, you know what? Let me give this person another chance. That's why most times you can be with someone and they're not taking no pictures, they're not posting nowhere, they're not doing anything. And the moment you break up, all of a sudden they're living their best life. That's a form of attention seeker, because they're hoping you're gonna notice. So you got to make sure you remove all the memories. You got to make sure you don't go on their page, don't go on their Facebook page, don't look for nothing. You deal with it head on, because dealing with a breakup is mentally. That's how you deal with a breakup. That's just how it is. You should be able to see someone you date and feel nothing towards them. If you see somebody you dated and then when you see them, you start getting warm, you start sweating, then you didn't let it go. You did not let it go. You can't look them in their eyes or wave or walk past them. You did not let that go. Because let me tell you something, not every relationship is, I would not say perfect, but not every relationship have a bunch of stuff. And we're all humans. And people make mistakes. If you can't see somebody you dated down the hall and you're, oh, they're there, or let me walk the other way, you did not let it go. You don't want them to see you because you're probably miserable. And then if you're with somebody else, it's like as soon as you break up. Oh, I need to be in a brand new relationship so they can see that I'm not bothered by them. No, no, no. You are bothered by them. That's why you want them to see you in a relationship already, to make it seem as if you're happy and you're living your best life. And sometimes all that does is show that person was there a long time before your breakup, because you don't break up today and tomorrow you're in a 6 months relationship already. No, no, no. You need to give yourself, say, at least 1 month of you like dealing with it, and then by the second month you will decide if you're ready to move on, or if you're ready to date again. You have to decide that for yourself, because everyone is different. Because like some people take, say, 2 months, 4, 6, some people take even a year before they can move on, depending on how strong the bond was with someone. And you're probably hurt, you probably live with them, you know, a house, car, and you lose everything. That's harder to deal with. When you have all those kind of stuff, that's way harder to deal with. So, but at the end of the day, you have to deal with it. Dealing with a breakup is about letting go. I've said it before, and I'll say it throughout the whole video, because a lot of people refuse to do it. I've seen a lot of people break up today, and by next 1 month after the breakup, they're in a 3 months relationship already. All that does is make the other person think, oh, you were cheating. That's you were seeing that person. That's why we broke up 1 month ago when you already have someone. Because, like, let me tell you something. People that are like above and beyond, not say above and beyond, but people that are attractive really pick and choose who they want to date. And no one is gonna be in a relationship today, even though they got a bunch of people texting them. No one is gonna be like, oh, let me start responding to all these 20 people. No one's gonna do that, because people, like, dealing with a breakup is like mentally and emotionally, because you're emotionally connected to this person. So in order for you to detach yourself emotionally, you have to remove all the memories. If you're getting sleepless nights, you can't focus, then you don't want to deal with it. You find everything else to distract yourself because you don't want to deal with it. And then when you get home and no one's around, then you go scroll and you go lurk. No. Total garbage. All you're doing is reminding yourself all over again that something did not work, especially if you were not at fault. If you are not at fault, you have to accept the fact that this person did whatever they did to you, whatever the case may be, may lie, cheat, whatever the case may be. You have to accept the fact that that person made a decision and that's what they want. That's the first step towards a breakup. So I'm not talking about if you did something wrong to somebody. I'm talking to the ones that, like, you're in a relationship and things happen and someone is not like mentally ready for a strong relationship. You're the one that I'm talking to. If they're not ready, it's fine. If they may need less, so they can go find less. Do not make yourself less so somebody else can feel more. Don't you ever do that. Do not belittle yourself so somebody else can feel like they're doing more. No. If they need less, they can go find less somewhere else. Don't make yourself like you've been working way too hard to put yourself where you are today for somebody else to come and have no idea what's going on, a bunch of problems, a bunch of insecurities, don't know nothing, and expect you to make yourself less so they can feel better about themselves. Oftentimes, I think that's one of the 80% chance that people have in a relationship is one person is like focusing on themselves, the other one feel like they're lacking behind and can't do nothing, then they cause problem. That's just how it is. They're not ready for you. A lot of people think, oh, I need someone that's have goal, dream, career. But when they get that person and see that that person is 100% dedicated to what they're doing, and then they found out that they can't do nothing with themselves, they envy that person and they're jealous of that person. Hence, that develop insecurities that, oh, if I can't do nothing, they can find a bunch of people that can do way better than me, so why are they with me? Then that develop trust issues. That's why everywhere you go, oh, you call me when you get there, call me when you're on the way. Those are insecurities and trust issues. So after all of that, you have to deal with it head on. If you do not deal with your breakup head on, you may think, oh, I'm stone-hearted and this and that. The moment you start feeling an emotional connection to somebody else, you're going to feel like, oh, you're not 100% interested. You have all these doubts within you. That's because you didn't you didn't deal with your breakup. Because if you like somebody, that's an emotional connection. And if somebody like you, and you say like the person, and then all of a sudden you're having a bunch of feelings within you, that's because you didn't move past. you break up, you're not 100% healed because you never deal with it. Those stuff come in stages. You can't, let me tell you something. Before you go in a brand new relationship, make sure when you see your ex, you feel nothing. That's inner peace because you've moved on. A lot of people always say, oh, we broke up 1 week ago and I moved on. No, no, no. That's completely garbage. Completely garbage. If you can't see someone you dated and feel absolutely nothing, you did not move on. You're not 100% healed. You're not at peace. And you're not ready to go date somebody else. Because all you're going to do is go date someone that probably already healed and move on and ready to move forward again. And you're going to bring the same thing that they're running from towards them. If that makes sense. That's just life and human nature. You have to detach yourself. A lot of people are scared of removing everything, like all the memories. They're scared of removing it. Because let me tell you something. If you delete everything that you guys created from your cell phone and you don't have nothing to look at, what you think is going to remind you of that person that you're trying to move past? If you don't have nothing reminding you every day, 24/7, you will eventually detach yourself and you will move on. Because you could, like, I don't know about some of you guys, but me, I can slowly, like, when I broke up, blah, 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 I made a video talking about that, but I'm not going to go too deep. A lot of people didn't 100% believe me because they expect me to be sad. No, 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 no. You deal with it head on. You have to deal with it. Bro, I'm telling you, you have to deal with it. I've known a bunch of people that did the same thing. Bunch of people did the same thing. They're in a relationship, it didn't work. Boom, less than 1 week, they're in a brand new relationship again. Didn't work, boom. So within 2 months, they're in 7 relationships. And they're still miserable because they didn't move on. They didn't move past it. So the longer you are with someone, it may be the longer you have to take. So if you're with someone, say, for 5 years, you may need 6 months to deal with it, depending on all the stuff you guys did and the memory you guys created and all that kind of stuff, because everyone is different. Some people are fast, some people are slow, but you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. That's life. That's just how it is. And one of the first thing people refuse to do is accept the fact that a person made a decision that you're too good enough for them. They may not say it, but that's just how they see it. They want less? Let them go find less. Do not quit your job. Do not destroy your career just so they can stay around. They're jealous of you. They probably wish that they could perform as how you're performing, but they can't. So that's why they envy you. Problems in relationships like insecurity problem and trust issues problem comes from a person that think that they're not good enough for you. Both guys and girls, because a guy can be with a woman getting her own money. She's independent. She got her own crib. She drives her own car. She's getting some money. And that guy is getting no money, and he's also insecure. The same goes for a woman that, I need a strong alpha male that's doing this and doing this and doing that. And when she's with him and she see the lifestyle that he has and see that a lot of women like coming after him, then those develop insecurities. If that makes sense. So I'm not saying guys are bad or girls are bad. People in general. Because some guys that are doing absolutely nothing with themselves always see a girl, attractive girl out in public and they like her. But when they get to know her and see the lifestyle that she has, they think, they don't stand no chance. So why, if I don't stand a chance, then why did she give me her number? Like, insecurities come in. But if you're one of those people that develop insecurities the moment you meet someone, then that simply means you got some work to do. You got some work to do, my friend. You can't see someone and say you want to go talk to them, and all of a sudden you got insecurities, you got doubts. Maybe the way how they carry themselves, you've never been with somebody that carry themselves like that, so you're sort of shy or scared because you don't want to get rejected because you're not used to someone like that. But that's not the point. If you can't have the only thing you should be scared of is being rejection because you're not good enough for somebody else. But how you're going to have doubts and insecurities and trust issues right from the beginning, that shows right there. And I don't know, but That's someone unattractive. But that shows that you got some work to do. You got some work to do. You can't go talk to somebody and then boom, you got all these problems coming behind you already. No, you got some work to do. You got some work to do. You can't find inner peace. You can't move on unless you deal with your breakup head on. Like I said before, in order for you to deal with your breakup, you have to accept the fact. You have to accept it. If you can't accept it, then you can't move past it. Because you're probably sitting down hoping one day this person is going to say, you know what? I screwed up. Let's try it again. That's what you're hoping for. That's why you got all the memories on your phone to remind you of the times you guys have. No. No. You'll never be at inner peace. And especially if you're, say, one of the slow people that you're sitting down and you can't move past it. Because they're posting pictures online and look like they're all over the place having fun. Let me tell you something. People that do that, I've said it before, they are miserable. They want attention. That's why they do that. They weren't going anywhere. Especially, say, girl, she was not doing her hair. She was not doing her nails. She was not dressing up, taking pictures. She not doing no makeup, no fancy, not doing no sneaker shopping, not doing no handbag shopping. And you guys broke up and all of a sudden she's doing that? Come on. Same goes for guys. You're with him. He's not doing anything with himself. All of a sudden, you guys break up. He's getting some money. He's sneaker shopping. He's buying chain, big chain. He's wearing $2,000 shades. All of a sudden, he's all over the place. Look like he's living his best life. Come on, garbage. You should be in the gym, working on your body. Because when you're in the gym and you're working on your body, that sort of help you mentally. You have to deal with it head on. People that do that are like boys and girls. They're not men and women. Because you're not going to see a real man or a real woman break up and then all of a sudden they're out in public living their best life. No, complete garbage. They can go out and have a good time. But you can know the attention seeker different from when they go out and have a good time. Because you can say you break up and you're like, you know what? I need to go have a drink. Boom. That's fine. But when you say all over the place with fake friends and all over the place with fake family, all you everywhere, garbage. So if you're one of those people that your relationship end and you sit down and you're watching it all over the place, don't worry about that. Don't worry about them going out every Saturday night. They want attention. They're probably going out every day hoping you see them, whether in public or on social media, or they want to go out and run into somebody, get somebody. Then all of a sudden they're in a brand new relationship. They look all happy. They're posting a bunch of pictures all over the place so they can hurt you, just so they can get you to come and chase behind them when they did you wrong. Let me tell you something. People will eventually go in a relationship with you, and when things go sideways, they label you as the enemy. There's somebody saying bad stuff about you in their relationship. Well, guess what? The person that's listening to your ex bullshit about you will eventually see for themselves that you are not the bad person. Trust me, because every beginning of a relationship often ends the same way. No, sorry. Every end of the relationship ends the same way how it began. But a lot of people in the end, they don't know what led to that moment. But it's always the beginning. Because first impression is the best impression. The same way how you get a person, that's the same way you may end up losing them. That's why if you see someone in a relationship, whether a guy or a girl, and you think, oh, I can go take that person from that person. When you go make that person cheat on their partner and then they break up and then they're with you, the same way how you get that person is the same way you're going to lose them. Because you're going to go and sleep with that person. Then all of a sudden their partner finds out they broke up. Then you got that person for yourself. Then you're like, oh, we're in a happy relationship and blah, 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 blah. All it takes is for somebody else to swoop in and do the same thing. And then you're the one pointing fingers. Oh, I can't believe you cheated on me. Yeah, but the person cheated with you first before they cheated on you. And let me tell you something about energy in a relationship. People are everyone, guys and girls are different within a relationship. You can see somebody in a relationship and they seem happy or they seem outgoing, they seem like they're moving forward together, that's both of those people energy. But the mistake a lot of people make is seeing someone in a relationship and they seem happy, they're doing shopping, they're traveling and all kind of stuff, and they sit down and they're miserable. For a girl, they think, oh, I need to go after the guy. For guys, oh, I need to go after the girl because I need that. What if when they say the guy go after the girl that's in the relationship, what if the guy that she was with was bringing all of that weight? What if it's the guy energy that was reflecting on the woman? That's why she seemed happy and she's outgoing and she's doing everything. So when that other guy that's miserable go try to get that girl and that girl make herself available for that guy and cheat on the man, that guy that took the girl think, oh, now I'm going to be happy. He's going to be miserable because he's expecting the same thing. That's why energies are different. Everyone is different within every relationship that they go in. That's life, but a lot of people do not know this. This is why people often go after people that are in a relationship. When someone is in a relationship, they look just the type of bond they have, how they carry themselves, those kind of stuff. And when they want something similar, they think, oh, I need to go after this person so they can break up and blah, 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 blah. But the energy with you would not be the same. And a lot of people do not know that. That's why if you make somebody cheat on their partner for you, you're still miserable. And then you're probably sitting down and you're wondering, but how come you're doing all this that kind of stuff with that person, but you're not doing the same for me? That's because that person that you took was probably feeding off the other person's energy. That's life. That is life. Energies are different within a relationship. And not just guys. Like some guys, when they meet a girl and the girl energy is like, say, divine, strong, then that woman makes the guy want to get up and better himself. That's why you can be with a guy and he's a bum. And then all of a sudden, you know what? You're like, you know what? I can't deal with you. I need a guy that's getting some money. You break up with that guy. Then he's with a girl and all of a sudden he want to get a job. All of a sudden he want to get a car. All of a sudden he want to get a house. All of a sudden he want to start traveling. That's that girl's energy. So if you ever see somebody, you're with someone, and then if a person is performing better after you guys broke up, they probably dealt with it, and then they move past it. They're at inner peace, and then they find someone, and then the other person may have a different energy from yours, and then they intertwine, and then they're different. Everyone is different within a relationship. Everyone is different. But it all depends on your interest. Like for me, I like say sneaker shopping and doing those kind of stuff. So me, I can find a girl that never went sneaker shopping before, and I can take her shopping with me, and then she may like just how it is when I go sneaker shopping. And the same can go for the other way around. A girl can say she like taking care of herself, and a guy never one time said he want to go buy nothing, and then she take him with her, and then he liked the energy she got. It's all about energy and vibe. And then all of a sudden, that person, say, fall in love with you because they like the energy you got. That's just it. So if you think, oh, that person is happy over there, I can take that person from that person. If the same way how the relationship starts is the same way it's going to end. But in the end, everyone always wonder where things go wrong. Think back to the beginning. For all you guys that are watching me, for all your relationship that ended, for the reason why it ended, think back to the beginning and tell me the beginning and the end. Don't focus on the middle. What happened in the middle during the relationship doesn't matter. So the end, think about how you guys ended and jump all the way back to the beginning and tell me if those things don't line up. Tell me, comment under my video and tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me, because it's the same thing. The same way how you get a person is the same way you will lose that person. If you meet a person and they say, oh, all my exes are bad and they always bullshit this and bullshit that and think about all the stuff that person do throughout the relationship that they were complaining about and see if they were not the one doing the same thing. That's just how it is. A lot of person complain about stuff. to make it seem as if they were innocent. Oh, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, 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 no. You knew exactly what you were doing. You didn't heal. You didn't move past it. And now you come in this relationship with somebody else and you're blaming the other person. Everything is always the other person. Think about it. Think about it. You may think I'm wrong. You may think I'm lying. But think about it. The same way how it ends, it's same way how it began. You got to focus on the beginning. A lot of people they don't focus on the beginning, because let me tell you something. The first 2 to 6 months is like everything, because everyone pretend to be someone they're not within the first 6 months. But as time go by and the more they're around you, is the more you'll get to know them. That's why sometimes things bother someone in the, not say the beginning, but things bother them and they let it slide. But when they can't take it anymore, that's when they start saying something. So in the beginning, you can joke around and say stuff, and they don't say anything. And then throughout the whole relationship, you keep doing the same thing because you think they're okay with it, because they pretend like it's okay. And then as time go by, slowly they start getting irritated and irritated and irritated. And then you're sitting down wondering where all this come from. See where I'm going? So in order for you to get over a breakup, I was about to say move past a breakup, but same thing. In order for you to deal with a breakup, you have to deal with it head on. If you try to run away from it, you're going to bring the same problems in a brand new relationship. You got to deal with it. You have to be able to find inner peace. You have to deal with it. You have to accept it. If you don't accept it, then you can't move past it. That's just life. That's just like, no matter how long it's been, whether 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, you guys broke up. If you can't move past, if you can't see them, or you can't lurk on, or you want to lurk on their page after 1 year of the breakup, and then you got all these feelings bubble up inside you, then you did not move past it. Because me, I've been with people, and then slowly, I feel nothing towards them. I can see them out in public, and I feel nothing towards them. That's because I deal with it. You got to deal with it. Else you're going to bring the same problem in a brand new relationship. So that's how you deal with a breakup. You have to deal with it head on. Do not try to run away from it. Do not say, oh, I don't have to deal with this today. I can deal with it tomorrow, because tomorrow it's going to be worse. Deal with it today and start your healing tomorrow. Because you got to accept it. You got to deal with it. And then you'll move past it. And then you'll find inner peace. And then when you find inner peace, then you're ready for dating. 100% ready for dating, comfortable without no problem on your side. Hoping full well that the person that you're about to date, whether they date someone or not, they don't bring in no problem towards you. But don't worry about that. Worry about you. That's how you deal with a breakup. That is how. You accept the fact that it is what it is. You deal with it. You start your healing process. And then you'll find inner peace. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And stay tuned. I will be back doing more videos. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.